Today we got Winter Soldier going up against Wolverine's son, Daken. Who comes out on top? Let's find out. Believed dead near the end of World War II, once been found and brainwashed by the Soviets for the next 50 years. Captain America's former sidekick now continues to defend his country from the shadows against those who threaten it as the legendary spy and assassin, the Winter Soldier. He even became the new Captain America to honor his friend Steve and join the Avengers. But when Steve returned as Captain America, Bucky took on the identity of the Winter Soldier once again. Unlike in the movies, Winter Soldier in the comics doesn't have the super soldier serum, and is instead classified as peak human. But that's not to say that he's not incredibly impressive. He's strong enough to punch through a concrete wall, but he gets most of his strength from a cybernetic arm. He's used his arm to rip through a person, robot, or even a car. Bucky's also durable enough to fall from an airplane, withstand powerful electrical attacks and explosions, and his arm is also bulletproof. Winter Soldier is fast enough to consistently dodge automatic gunfire, has been able to throw Captain America's shield in order to block a sniper bullet, and is fast enough to use a knife to cut Hawkeye's arrow in midair. Buck is an exceptional hand-to-hand fighter, thanks to his years of training in the Army, his Russian secret agent, and his time as Captain America. He's been trained in a variety of different martial arts, and has fought against Daredevil, Wolverine, Black Widow, and Captain America. Winter Soldier also an incredible shot, as even as a teenager, he was the best sniper in his division. His marksmanship abilities have only increased during his time as Winter Soldier. Also insanely accurate and lethal with knives. Bucky's arm is capable of emitting electrical attacks, conjuring an EMP attack, also has a handgun that shoots more powerful bullets than normal, and is capable of staggering Ares, the god of war. So, as we got one corner, Captain America's former sidekick, Winter Soldier. But now, entering the ring, the other corner, Wolverine's son, Daken. Daken is Wolverine's long-lost son, torn from his mother's womb by the dark figure Romulus. Raised with a warped view on his father's abandonment, his mother's murder, Daken was left holding a pretty serious grudge. Daken's physically strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Wolverine. He's fast enough to dodge point-blank gunfire, even surprise the likes of Spider-Man, but his main power and ability is just like his father, incredible durability and a rapidly accelerated healing factor. He's taken attacks from Scar and Thing. Gunfire and explosives can't keep Daken down, or at least can't keep him down for long. He's withstood powerful energy blast, and he's even withstood telepathic and telekinetic attacks. However, Daken's healing factor can be overtaxed, making it much harder for him to heal, and due to the lack of adamantium on his skeleton, Daken is vulnerable to decapitation, which should theoretically kill him. He also has claws like his father, except for the fact that Daken's claws are two by his knuckles, then one coming out of his wrist, and they aren't coated in adamantium. However, they are still razor sharp and surprisingly tough, being able to casually slice through metal, dismember and cut right through opponents, and even slash up Scar's face. Daken also has the unique ability to manipulate pheromones, using it to instill intense fear, happiness, depression, sexual arousal, and a false sense of security in others. For instance, he's manipulated pheromones, manipulated Bullseye for weeks, manipulated Ares to anger. Daken is then able to combine his pheromones with his fighting skills and technique to make him extremely difficult to track while in combat, disappearing from one place and then reappearing in another, almost like teleportation. With his skill and technique, he's also been able to fight against Wolverine, Deadpool, X-23, Hawkeye, Bullseye, and Taskmaster. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. So, Captain America vs. Wolverine has been a fight that we've seen play out quite a few times throughout comics. A fight that we've actually done on this channel before. But today we're mixing up a little bit, throwing Winter Soldier, the man who took over Captain America's mantle, and Daken, Wolverine's son, head to head. And so who's coming out on top here in this fight? Well, that's what we're going to find out. And first thing we need to do is take a look at physicality. Which one of these two guys is stronger and more powerful? Well, Daken is surprisingly strong. They want to match up against Wolverine on more than one occasion. battle against freaking Castle, superpowered Punisher, just send him absolutely flying with some good throws. Easily grab and throw around Spider-Man, even make Spider-Man bleed with a punch, send the Thing flying backwards, and cause him to bleed with a punch. Although Daken was bloodlusted, going all out in that last encounter. And all that means that Daken is overall stronger than Winter Soldier. Because, for starters, Bucky in the comics doesn't have the super soldier serum like he does in the MCU, so that already limits him. Not that he isn't strong. He's able to casually throw men around, break through walls, or even bust up metal with a shield throw. It's just that Bucky isn't stronger than Daken. However, what really bounces all that out is Winter Soldier's bionic arm. With that arm, well, he's casually able to knock people out with just one punch straight through solid metal, rip through cars, just generally pack a whole lot more of a punch than he could have without it. So basically, Daken is overall stronger than Winter Soldier, but Bucky's cybernetic arm definitely balances things out, makes it a whole lot more even than it would be without it. So about speed. Well, Bucky is actually shockingly fast, casually dodging bullets, even while leaping towards the gunfire, blocking bullets and blasting Captain America's shield, even throwing the shield in order to intercept bullets in midair. He's managed to slice one of Hawkeye's arrows in half in midair, even when Clint was trying to catch him by surprise, leaped around and avoided attacks from Gamora, who's insanely fast, even managed to dodge energy blasts that Captain America couldn't. But when it comes to Daken, well, Spider-Man has said before that he's just as fast as his father, that his spider sense is the only thing still keeping his head on. Daken's actually caught Spider-Man off guard multiple times. He's easily dodged bullets before, even bullets literally coming at him at point-blank range. Even dodged strikes from and outsped Wolverine. If Spider-Man is sitting there just as fast as Wolverine, and you back this up by catching Spider-Man off guard, well, that's good enough for me. Daken is faster. And then durability is really no question. Daken all the way. He's taken beatings both the Thing and Scar, withstood a fire attacks from Human Torch, getting stabbed through the chest only makes him angry. He's even endured 3 whole days of torture, all without making a sound. Then with his healing factor, he's pretty much unfazed by all bullet wounds, easily healed from explosions, been impaled all over and endured another explosion, yet healed, withstood being electrocuted and run over by a train, even regrown limbs before. Daken might not have as great of a healing factor as people like Wolverine or Deadpool, but he has more than enough of a healing factor to help him out in this fight. So then finally, how durable is Winter Soldier? Well, starting out as Winter Soldier, even as Captain America, Bucky's special suit allows him to resist all sorts of impacts and attacks. That's already a benefit in his favor. He's withstood electrocution, taken some pretty serious falls, like literally falling out of airplanes, and even withstood RPGs and the massive explosions. He's taken some pretty serious beatings from the likes of Ursa Major and Doctor Doom, but more importantly, Winter Soldier is just able to put himself through a ton of damage and pain just to win a fight. As a kid, he even pulled out several of his own bones because it hid some explosives in his arm. That's when he was a little kid. Now he's a grown man. However, all that being said, Daken is still physically superior, just superior across the board. However, don't rule Winter Soldier out of this fight just yet. Because he lacks for in physicality, he more than makes up for with skill and fighting ability. When he was just a teenager, Bucky was described as a great natural fighter, and is casually able to take down whole groups of men all by himself. He's beaten Black Widow, taken down Crossbones and the Serpent Squad, took down Ursa Major, as well as sparring against both Hawkeye and Falcon. Bucky's even beaten Burnside Captain America, who's physically better than normal Captain America in every single way, although not as skilled. He even held off Wolverine, Daredevil, and Hawkeye all at the same time. On the other hand, Daken has a little bit more of a shaky of a record. He has beaten Wolverine before, which is an impressive feat, but more often than not, it's actually Logan who gets the better of him in their encounters. He's fought evenly against X-23 and Bullseye, even killed Punisher. But then on another occasion, Punisher actually beat Daken. He's fought against Deadpool, but then Hawkeye also managed to take him out with an arrow through the head, and so that he is nowhere near as good as his father was. Actually, a lot of people have made mention that Daken isn't as good as Wolverine before. So this actually is a recurring thing. And while Hawkeye beat Daken, Winter Soldier actually managed to fight off Hawkeye and Wolverine, with Daredevil thrown in there for good measure. That should definitely show the difference in skill level that we're talking about here. So basically, while Daken has Winter Soldier outclassed physically, Winter Soldier has Daken outclassed in terms of skill and fighting ability. Now the question becomes, can Bucky's fighting skill overcome Daken's other abilities, like his pheromones, claws, and healing factor? So first off, Bucky can definitely overcome Daken's healing factor. I mean, if Hawkeye can do it, Winter Soldier can do it. I know that's kind of oversimplifying things, but Cyclops also messed up Daken with a blast, Wolverine's capable of overwhelming his healing factor, Punisher's injured Daken before, Taskmaster's even beaten him too. So it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility that Bucky can do it as well. Especially considering that he's got a gun capable of hurting Ares and Red Hulk. However, can Bucky do it before Daken puts Winter Soldier down? Because it's only going to take a few well-placed stabs to instantly switch the fight in his favor. That's kind of the problem when it comes to fighting against Daken, against Wolverine, X-23, anybody like that. They can just last so long in a fight. While on the other hand, they can put their enemy down so quickly they just land a few good stabs or slashes. And that's not even talking about Daken's pheromones, because that could potentially swing the fight clearly in his favor. He can manipulate people to intense anger or fear, calm them down, make them do whatever he wants, even hide himself from their senses. And the best part, according to Daken, it almost takes no effort at all in order to do this. So with Daken's physicality, claws, healing factor, and pheromones, it's going to be real difficult for Winter Soldier to overcome all of that. Or at least, overcome it without having time to repair beforehand. He's gotten the drop on Wolverine before, where Logan is only saved by Hawkeye. Daken isn't as good as Wolverine in pretty much any area. Bucky could do the same thing here. However, just a random matchup, which this is, it's going to be real hard for Winter Soldier to beat him. Not saying he can't do it, Bucky will claim some victories, but Daken's carrying the majority here. Daken wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to like button, subscribe button, turn notifications, join the DanCo army, and I will see you next time.